What's going on, y'all? DP Official in the building. And today we're going to be talking about why does Buffalo Rock get a pro and a con when it comes to the work environment of the company. Now, for a lot of people, when they get into the company, they haven't done any type of work like this before, where it involves constantly being on the truck, unloading freight, pushing it in, having to credit out some stuff, just the whole 9 yards, right? And then um, for a lot of people, they have had a familiar background with it, but they still just don't like it. Like, they feel like nothing has evolved since the last time they maybe had worked there before. Now, for me, personally, one pro is, with this company, you get your experience. If you're a first-time CDL driver, you get all the experience you need day in, day out, learning how to back up the trailer, being in real-world situations, all that gets you prepared for when you want to level up and do something else different. This is the job like this that you can get all the, like I said, real world experiences out the way. And at the same time, you get a paycheck that's pretty good as well. So that's another plus. Being local, you can get a decent paycheck every week. Now, my previous route I had, I was all over the place. Like I said, I used to do 2 counties. And then I also did, once they changed some stuff around, I did another 2 counties. The pay depended on pretty much how the case count was for that route. But that's one of the signs of the pro with it. Experience, and you get a good paycheck, and you also get good benefits too as well. And man, honestly, like I said, and you get some of that good old GCS Gatorade. You know what I'm saying? And some Mountain Dew. But that's one of the pros with it as well. Now a con with it, in most cases of people, and then I'll get to myself as well. A con, from what I've heard from a lot of numerous drivers and people that used to work here, is that the company doesn't communicate, very well. And that meaning like the location you're at. The company itself, hey, do what they want to do. But at certain locations, the communication is not up to par like it should be in most cases, right? So a lot of people have issue with that. And then a lot of stops they may deliver to won't let them in early when they get there. Like, they may get up 2, 3 in the morning to get started in the day, and they're ready to knock it out and get it done before the heat gets to them, or in most cases, if there's a storm ahead, or if it's just too cold outside. It just depends, right? So communication and your accounts not letting you in really is the 2 cons so far. The third one I would say is your equipment. A lot of equipment is very outdated in some cases, and it's not maintained properly. That's why it's important to also make sure that you do a pre-trip and post-trip on your equipment and make sure that things are functioning as they should in this case. Again, nobody can predict when things happen in this business, so you have to be willing to know how to handle it when the time comes for that. So that be a con, equipment. Another one that I've heard from other drivers as well is, stuff missing, product missing off the truck when it's getting built, and it being a mispick, not the right product. Certain customers at accounts do need the products that they requested in their order. So it's important that they get that, and it's important that we make it right as a driver. So what I always do is, if it's not there, I simply cancel it out, or I write them a credit for it if it's completely missing, and go from there with it. It's ways you handle it, which also taking it off the invoice, which in a way does benefit like a credit essentially, because it does help out with that pricing for them, so they're not getting charged for something that they don't have and it's not on the truck. So that's just key things to remember, once you're doing it. So that's also a con, product business. So you have communication. What else we got? Communication. I want to say, what was the other one we did? We got rolling in this video, man. See, it's because, like I said, I'm still out here doing this work, y'all. So communication, equipment, which was the third one, and then we just discussed product missing. What was the other one? See, I got me on the spot. This is live too. Okay, this is no edit reboot. This is me being me. See, I got the old man posture. What was the second? It'll come back to me, but that's not important. But for me personally, second one was accounts. Get into your account early. See, I told you to come back to me. I told y'all. Stay with me now. But again, For me personally, cons for me, very similar to what I just named. I like to get in and out of my accounts early. I like for my equipment to be functioning properly. I want the communication to be at the par. And also, I want to make sure that, just overall, the job gets done. I understand that I make mistakes as a driver. I've made them. And again, I'm accountable for them 100%, But there's a lot of people that they complain about it. I've been a person that has also complained in my areas of what I don't like about within how things are ran in terms of, the location that I've been at for well over a year now. So it just comes with it. And also I throw in another one that's a con too, is your distance within how you deliver. That's another thing that a lot of people have an issue with. I personally had an issue with that as well. Sometimes you may drive past a stop that you already can hit right then and there, but you can't hit it because they have it at the back of the trailer. In that situation, go talk to your supervisor, operation managers, or a sales supervisor. Anybody you can talk to, your GM. Get that worked out to where you can run the route efficiently how you want it and what is going to be open to the last stop, that's going to be like, okay, less busy. So I would definitely do that. And, from then on, just get it done. That's the only thing you can do. Again, adding in another one, personal deal for me is the pay on my O route wasn't the highest, but I would go out with a lot of cases. So it would sporadically jump up and down to where I get a lot of cases, and I may only go out with like 24 cases or something. I've actually done that before when I was like 24 cases or something. And the highest I've ever had is on the new route is 800. And again, paycheck looked pretty good. On into the next week after that, it was pretty decent. It was almost a pretty hefty amount, more than I ever made at any job ever. But I know there'll be much more to make, obviously. So that's also a pro. But yeah, these are pretty much, like I said, the pro and cons of working here at Buffalo Rock as a driver, and also being a driver that hears the complaints of others. Like I said, everything is getting better in that area, and also too, somewhat they changed the system, so now we have blue skids in the jack and a manual jack to get in and out of counts. Some people still have gray pallets. Like if y'all remember way back when I used to make videos, shorts, I had gray pallets in the back of the trailer. Now I have blue skids. Makes the job a whole lot faster getting done, which that's very appreciative for that, because it helps out, like I said, getting in and out of counts. So that's another plus. Sometimes they can put it on gray pallets at the warehouse if they run out of blue skids, but I prefer to have the blue ones. If they run out of blue skids, they use the gray pallets, but I prefer to have the blue skids because they make life easier, obviously. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap up this video. Something quick, short, just discussing things with the company. Let me know, comment below what y'all want to see next, me discuss, talk about, and I'll be sure to do my best to get it out to y'all. Like, subscribe, DP Official 1, also DP Works on YouTube. We keep the content rolling out for y'all, and go from there. So stay patient, stay blessed, and be great. Always do your best, never less. And I'll see y'all in the next one, okay? So peace, and drink some Mountain Dew.